Starting off today at the Anderson cabin. I actually didn't know this existed till just now. I'm headed up this road to see a massive mine site, which this road kind of loops around and it goes way up the mountain, and that's where we're going. And along the way, I seen this cabin and it's pretty hot out, so I thought, you know what, this would be a great place to take a break real quick and kind of check it out. So from 1910 to 1950, on private property, it says please help preserve it, don't litter or vandalize. And then that's the history. You could pause the screen if you want to read it. It's a one-room cabin. That's a photo of them at the cabin. That's the Anderson family. I like the log cabin look. I've always been a huge fan of log cabins. I want to buy one someday. It would be nice to have one in the mountains, you know, kind of some place to get away. Now we'll go inside. What? Lee, how did you get in, bud? Did you jump through the windows? And this is it. This is the log cabin. Unfortunately, it is empty. I was hoping it would be like kind of the volunteer cabins you see in Nevada. I'm gonna say Nevada just because they're most prominent in Nevada. I haven't seen them in any other states. Awesome cabin. A nice site in general. Anderson family home site. Now we're gonna head up to the mine operation. Site of the 1916 Anderson family frame house. It's just a small house. Wonder if they had plumbing. That's interesting. Got pipes. I like it. And the cabin. Neat cabin. Let's continue heading up the mountain and check out this mine operation. We made our way up to the mine site, and interestingly enough, this was in relation to that cabin we seen, the Taylor cabin. You could see all that history and whatnot. You could pause it and read it if you want, but basically he owned a sawmill up here, and right below this sawmill, that's the mine operation. So they're actually two kind of separate places. Mine operation's in the best of condition, so we're going to quickly look at this sawmill and make our way down. So beginning with this old pantry. Oh, it keeps going. I'm gonna check it out from above. 2 rooms in this pantry. I've never seen one like that. You have this room and then the first room. Cabin on that side. And here's the main house. Can't really get inside now, can we? Now we're gonna head on over. This was a restored cabin. There's fresh wood on it, which I was wondering if they would do that because the Taylor cabin was restored. So I was wondering if the mine operation would be restored too. This was a tool room. Still got some bolts and old cans. A little bit of everything left behind. So that's the first building. Nice, that still works. And we have 3 of these buildings before we head over to the site of the mine. Then there's this second one. I believe this was a cabin, and the one to the right of us is going to be a cabin. It's just a 1-room, small cabin. That's a closet. Nothing left behind. And this is the final house. It's a 2-room house, which is quite nice. This first room has the kitchen and dining room per se. An old table, shelving. To the left of us, some more shelving. Kitchen counter. Into the bedroom. Peering through one of the windows. And they had a second entrance. The bed springs are still left. It's super bright out, so I don't know how well a lot of this is showing. And then right behind the house, the underground pantry. Would have accessed it this way. The old bed. That's awesome. And somebody's house. And that's the power line. They actually had electricity at this mine operation. Originally they didn't, but when they put in new equipment, they also brought electricity to kind of modernize it. Very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing those buildings. I'm curious if you could still get electricity here to this day. Obviously you'd have to change some things. Definitely maintain this. Got a tree growing right in the middle of that wood. But the power lines seem to still all be intact, so maybe you can. The sawmill is right above us. That old house right there. That's the last thing we looked at. And now we're at the mine site. So electricity connected to this room. Had a circuit board. And still a lot of equipment left behind. Another power line, that one's all fallen down. And a workshop. Whoa, that is cool. Still have the hoses hanging up, all still intact. Shelving, really neat place. Coming up to a second room which houses this ginormous machine. If anyone has any guesses, definitely let me know what you think it is. Okay, has a fan on it. Could it have been an old generator prior to having electricity? Caterpillar. Got the outhouse. Yeah, got the outhouse. So we looked at that building. We still haven't seen this one. A lot of waste rock, so if there is a mine nearby, it's gonna be significant. A lot of piping, PVC piping, tons of it. Just baked. All of this is just baked into sun for who knows how long. Let's go inside. It's gonna be another storage room. No trespassing. What? Huge old battery. Couple batteries. All the electronics, circuit board. What's in this room, Lee? There isn't really anything below the waste rock, but I did find where the mines were. I did some research, I checked my maps, and they're actually right above right above the mine operation. So we're gonna make our way up the mountain and see where the mines are at. I'm doubtful we will actually be able to gain access to them, although it's still going to be interesting to see them. This is the mining site above the mine operation. Unfortunately, I already have scoped out all of these adits. There's a couple adits above us. There's one right behind a Suzuki, and they've all been closed off. I don't know intentional or not, but it's kind of just eroded. So each entrance is just covered. Trail continues going down. Humongous waste rock pile. Old building. Not really sure what this would have been, but that was a building. And this is the waste rock. Okay, this might have been some sort of horseshoe, because check this out. Got the foundation for the wood. That's the road, so they could have backed up, grabbed whatever raw materials from the horseshoe. Some sort of, I'm gonna have to go down there and check that out. Some sort of remains. Interesting. Now I don't know if it's coming up on camera, but this waste rock is very unique. Have these small, almost like a gold flake. I don't know if you could see that. But those things are shining all over this waste rock. It's not really coming up on camera, unfortunately. Maybe it's fool's gold. And then at the end of the waste rock lies absolutely nothing. Still snow in the mountains. In fact, we still got snow around us right now, so little patches of snow. Still wintertime in Idaho. All right, I'm going to get to this next waste rock pile, then figure out how to get down below and see those remains. All right, coming up, bunch of waste rock. Lee's excited because he gets a stream to play in. What's up, buddy? And right above this waste rock lies a foundation. Old building. Not a whole lot. It's worth a stop though. And there's no other mines around us. I believe there was one right over up that way, but it's gone. Interestingly, I'm coming up on some remains. I'm getting right below that waste rock that we were looking at. Not really anything too significant. Right below the waste rock now. A lot of old wood rotting away. Where the ore bin was. Really interesting spot. Except a lot of this is unfortunately only remains. I'm gonna call that it. I don't think there's anything else around. So I'm gonna get back on this waste rock, climb up it, and get to the Suzuki. As always, guys, this is it today. Thank you so much for watching. Put a like, comment down below, subscribe. Peace.